In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your fan shroud / coolant overflow assembly. Let's get started. I want to start by unplugging the fan. So if you look on the back side of it, you'll see the electrical connector right here. And to disconnect it, we first have to pop it off of this retainer. I'm just going to use some curved needle nose pliers and slide it out just like that. That gives us better access to the tab here that we have to press on in order to slide this connector out. Now, a lot of times these will be stuck because of sand and debris buildup, so just work it back and forth. Once you get it unhooked, tap all the sand out of it. That'll clean it out and set this aside. It's difficult for me to show you, but there's another connector right here that connects this wire onto the fan shroud. So again, with the needle nose pliers, I'm just gonna take it and pop it out. There we go. On each side of the fan shroud, right there you can see a 10mm bolt. We'll have to remove both the left and the right one. There's one. And on the passenger side, you can see the second one. Remove that one completely. Also on the passenger side, we have to disconnect this hose from the top of the radiator. At this point, we can take this fan shroud, pull it straight up. That'll unlock it, and you can slide it right out. There it is. With the coolant that's in here, you can save it and reuse it and fill the new reservoir. However, I'm going to add new coolant to the new reservoir because it'll make things a lot easier. So I'm going to drain this and recycle it properly. And then when the time comes to reinstall, I will add new coolant like I said. Again, if you wanted to reuse it, make sure you put it in a clean receptacle so that it doesn't contaminate this fluid, and then you can pour it into the new reservoir when the time comes. Now we have to transfer a couple things over from the old one to the new one. First thing being the fan. So to take this fan off, we actually have to unbolt it from the motor. Use a little 8mm socket, hold the fan blade, take this nut off. Now you can wiggle the fan right off. This is slotted and it's caved in on this side, so there's no way you can put it on the wrong way. It only goes on one way. This will expose 3 Phillips head screws, and that's what holds on the fan motor. A lot of times these are going to be very rusty, so what I'm going to do is take a pick and kind of pick out the cutouts for the screwdriver so I can clean them out. That way the screwdriver has the best chance of biting into them. If that doesn't work, we're going to have to use some other methods of removing these screws. And of course, if they break, we'll just get new ones. Yeah, so that one's stripped out. Let's try the next one. We'll come back to that one. Now, because all of them are stripped out at this point, my next option is to use a cutting disc, cut a slit into it so I can use a flat blade screwdriver and twist it. Hopefully I get more leverage that way. If this doesn't work, we'll move on to plan C. Careful when you do this, don't cut all the way through. Get a flathead screwdriver. I have some pliers on the shaft of the screwdriver. Hopefully that will help me break this free. All right, so that doesn't work. So unfortunately, we're going to have to resort to cutting the head of the screws off. Let's grind this off until we can basically chisel it away. And there we go. Now, with this in my vise, I didn't clamp it down tight because I don't want to damage it. But at this point, these threads, I spray them down, and this right here is just the washer that sits around them, and literally the bolt just comes right out. So it wasn't tight in the threads, it wasn't rusted in the threads, it was just that I couldn't grab it with anything, and it was tight because it was pressed up against that plastic shroud. So once you remove that from the equation, well, here's your bolt, or screw, I guess. And of course, like I said, we'll have to get a new one. but at least these are out. Just going to spin this around and do this to all 3 of them. This one's a little more rusty than the others. You can use locking pliers if you have to kind of get it started. Work that rust penetrant in there so that the bolt can slide out easy. Grab it with pliers and twist it right out. There we go. This one was the most rusty of all 3. Perfect. All 3 are out. Threads are saved. Motor's good. Let's reinstall it with some new hardware. I have 3 new screws. We're going to put the motor underneath and make sure that the electrical connectors line up with the cutout for where the connector actually goes, otherwise it won't bolt on fully. And now we'll start these in here. There's 1, 2, and automatically the 3rd one should line up once you have 2 in. Now you can just tighten them all down. Now, of course, don't tighten them too much. Just make them nice and snug, and that should be perfect. Now we can put the fan blade back on. Now again, like I said earlier, it only goes on one way. So make sure it's seated fully, and then grab the little mounting nut, start it on by hand, and we'll give this a little snug. I'm going to snug this up by hand so I don't potentially over tighten it. Okay, about a 1/4 turn at most after it bottoms out. That's all it needs. It's very small and it will break. Last thing to transfer over is this hose that feeds the overflow tank from the top of the radiator. As you can see, this clamp is in poor condition, so I'm just going to get a new one. So discard that, but pull the hose off and we'll have to transfer this to the new one. I put a new clamp on the hose, slide the hose onto the new shroud. Make sure it goes on all the way. We'll resituate this clamp in a second. Clip the hose in to where it needs to sit. And this one has a second cutout here for the hose that comes off the cap, which you can use if you want, but I'm just going to use the cap that is provided with this, which has a little spigot incorporated in it, and that's what's going to drain the coolant if it ever overflows. So you have 2 options. You can replace the cap or not. With this hose all the way bottomed out, we can resituate this hose clamp, make sure it's not all the way down, but not all the way up either. Now you can take the fan shroud, slide it down right where it came from, try to position it as close as you can. It has a couple tabs, which I'll show you, that need to line up with the radiator. On the passenger side, you can see that tab right there. That needs to slide into the radiator just like that and lock in. And you have the same thing going on the driver's side, but you have to do them both at the same time. So, well, I need both hands for this. Okay, it's in on both sides. Now we just need to put the mounting bolts back in. Snug it up while you're at it. Okay, while we're still on this side, let's just reconnect the overflow to the top of the radiator. There was no clamp here. And put the bolt back in on the other side. Snug it up. Now add the manufacturer's specified coolant, which if you're not sure what to use, check your owner's manual, and fill this reservoir up 50% of the way, so about halfway. And again, if you're reusing your original coolant, this is when you would put it in. Make sure it's not contaminated, make sure it's good. I'm using new coolant, like I said, so I don't have to worry about that. There we go, it's about halfway full. It's important to not overfill it because when it does get hot, coolant will flow into this overflow tank, and if it's too full already, it will just come out and then you will basically get it all over the ground, which is not good. Cap it off. I'm gonna clean up my mess here, and then we can plug in the fan and be done with the job. Clip the wire in, and then reconnect the fan. Make sure it clicks. Ready to go. Once you drive the car for a little bit, let it idle, and then make sure that the fan actually comes on when it should. If it doesn't, double check your connection because it's important that you don't overheat.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.